In the past months, I've tested over 30 different B2B SaaS marketing funnels, and in this video, I'll walk you through the ones which I see are the best performing across my clients regardless of the niche. Not only I'll be comparing the ones used by my clients, but also all the ones which I see SaaS founders around me doing. And firstly, this would be the funnel in which you're trying to sell something that can not be scraped lists for through outbound channels. Let me explain. If you cannot scrape the list of buyers using Apollo or a bunch of other tools, and you're trying to grow it with outbound channels like cold email, LinkedIn, and few others, then high chance this works awfully, because then even if you figure out the way to get the list, then it's just, sure, it can be hit or miss, and you may get a few meetings, but after this meetings finish, then you are here again with an empty funnel. And that's why if you're working on the demand acquisition type offer, watch my other video to learn this one, then you don't need to be using outbound at all, because this would be a waste of time. Second, I would not go for Twitter ads, especially unless you've got a couple channels already dialed in and you're in like medium six figures on monthly revenue, just because I have not yet met a single founder of a B2B or even SaaS startup who has told me that they are profitable with Twitter ads. Yes, sometimes they would be making money here or there, but if we look at longer time frames, then this is like not happening at all. That's why I think this would not be the best pick for you. And the third one, which I have on the list, which I think you should not be doing, is Reddit outbound, because even if you manage to get some meetings through it, it's just not worth it, because you need to operate a bunch of accounts. You always need to bother about different restrictions. You get them banned, you need to start new ones. And those types of meetings that you generate with it is just not worth the effort. So scraping lists for demand creation type offers, and then secondly, Twitter ads and Reddit outbound. Look, in 2024, not seeing any B2B SaaS founders perform them successfully. Now getting to the ones which I believe are on the top list. And firstly, this would be cold email. And many people tell me, Denis, but cold email is 10 times dead already. Hell no, it's not. If you know how to execute it correctly, if you know how to creatively scrape lead lists, how to manage all the SPF, DKIM, DMARC records, and make sure that all your SMTP servers are on point and have your systems dialed in, then you can be still printing with them quite successfully, just because it also depends on the type of niche that you are selling to, because there are some of them which are extremely overwhelmed with cold email, and if you have not succeeded with cold email in the past, most likely will tell me that, oh yes, my niche is overwhelmed. However, the list of them is not as long. So again, I am currently working with a bunch of startups that are getting over 10 meetings a week just purely from cold email. And we dialed in the offer with them, we dialed in the targeting, and when you have the right offer, hit the right market, you achieve product market fit and message market fit, and that's how you're getting like 20-40 meetings a week without much issue. However, cold email lacks on one other aspect, and that's the scalability part of it, because sure, if you have large places where to get lead lists from, you are sorted, but if you need to get new lead lists every couple thousand leads, then it's not as scalable as the next one, which I'll talk about, which is Facebook ads lead form funnel, because there you don't have the scalability issue, because you just simply need to put more ad spend in and start getting more leads. And I currently have a client who are getting something like $2 or $3 cost per lead, and that's why they're booking 3 full calendars of leads every single week for the past couple months. And we've been utilizing this Facebook ad lead form ads with them, and it's just, don't want to say this, but I was indeed very surprised how well they're working right now in 2024. Even though you're got some big US activities which are like affecting CPM and other parameters, but still, if you have a decent campaign put together, which is shown to the right targeting, it's like getting us, I think they don't have enough people now in the company which we're working on to be able to manage all this demand of all these calls that they're booking, which is a great thing. So that's why I'm telling you to give it a shot. Next one is event-based email outreach. And in number one, I told about cold email, and this is just purely cold outbound to different leads, whereas event-based one are those campaigns that we do from time to time that are event specific. So imagine you've got a big conference coming up and you might be exhibiting there, or you just might be visiting, or you might not even be going to this conference sometimes. So you get the list of attendees there, and then you run a campaign through cold email and LinkedIn, and sometimes also doing cold calling outside of that, and tell them, yo, so that you're coming to this one conference, and based on that, you then craft your other sequence across this, or your call to action offer and stuff like this. This allows you to be reaching out to them in a more personalized manner, and this way you get much higher reply rates than just from a purely cold campaign. One time, such event-based campaign has allowed us to land an 8-figure deal with one investment fund in Dubai for one real estate event there. And to this date, that's why I believe that this is a very unutilized strategy that a lot of founders are not utilizing as effectively as they could. Next one, I would say, would be static creative image campaign on Facebook. And yes, I'm talking about Facebook again, because I would say that this is like a positive surprise to me in 2024, how well Facebook is actually performing. Because previously I was very skeptical about it, and I was always asking myself, okay, who the hell is using Facebook? But even I myself have now been running this main funnel through Facebook ads, and it's working. And sometimes founders come to me and they're like skeptical, telling me, yo, Denis, we don't have our customers using Facebook. They're not there. And then I just tell them, look, Facebook and Instagram combined have an audience of 1.5 billion people. So your customers are there. And thinking about it, I myself have not met more than a couple founders in my entire life who I know are very active on Facebook. And yet I'm getting a few meetings every day with B2B SaaS founders who initially found me through either Facebook or Instagram. So see, then next one I would say is a LinkedIn ads giveaway funnel. I have tried it out not only myself, but also with a few founders. I myself have tested around like 10-15K ad spend on it. And I would say that approximately I was around 2-3x ROAS, which is quite decent. Again, haven't seen any or like that many B2B SaaS founders utilize it. And I would say that they're missing out, because if you know how to do successful LinkedIn giveaways, and if you know that your audience is there, then definitely worth giving a shot, because you may get some economics similar to spending $1,000 on ads. And imagine that you are selling a solution which is worth, say, 5K a year all the way to 100K a year. Then for you, it makes sense to spend $1,000 to get like 2-3 meetings, because you should be closing 1 in 5. So approximately say $2,000 you put on ads, you get something like 300, or for example, even going on a higher end, let's say $500 cost per call, cost per qualified showed up call. This means that you would spend something like $2,000 for 4 calls, out of which you close 1. And this is how you break even on your front end. And then this amount of money that they spend, you then can reinvest into getting more and more leads. Of course, you need to do your own math based on your pricing structure, but in simple terms, if you're selling a solution 10K a year and above, then for you it does make sense to spend $300 to $500 per call, and as long as your sales systems are converting. Right, the next one I would say would be Facebook ads low ticket funnel utilized for B2B SaaS. And I so far have not seen a single B2B SaaS founder utilizing it well, but I would say that I still wanted to share it with you in this video, just because I am running a low ticket funnel myself through Facebook ads right now, and I really like the ROAS, and that's why I think that more and more I'll be utilizing this one with clients, because I don't see that much competition there. Because imagine in like creator space, or say in like the agency space, a lot of people are running low ticket funnels and they're making 6 figures a month in revenue with those. However, B2B SaaS, especially high ticket one, in its form of the customer acquisition is quite similar to an agency, and yet I do not see that many founders using low ticket strategies for some reason. That's why currently, like even starting next week, I'll be building this out with more and more people from now, just because imagine what would it be worth to you then to get $100 of purchases, break even on your front end, and then all the extra meetings that you generate from this are profit to you. This is like quite a banger, because I have already spent like over $15,000 in not only testing this, but also invested in coaching from different mentors who are showing me how to get this right. But I understand that this thing is worth like millions to me, because how much would you be willing to pay if I showed you how you can get 10 new leads who would pay for their own acquisition, and then if you are able to get calls with them, these calls don't cost you anything. This is like crazy, right? So that's why if you can get your front end conversions be on point, so that you are approximately 0.9 to 1.3 ROAS, this way all this extra calls that you'll be able to book on top of this would be actually sort of like free calls to you. And if the calls are free, the next logical thing you do, you go from $100 ad spend to $300 ad spend to $500, $700, $1K a day, and then onwards, as long as you have more and more sales reps to handle all of them. And I would say that these are top 6 marketing funnels for B2B SaaS startups that I believe are making this the top tier S list in 2024. Thanks for watching, and if you want more of my help executing them, then just go to saascamp.com and apply there. Talk soon.